And we're live.
All right. we're experimenting here. Welcome to another episode of KMJC News. And today we have a little interesting story coming out of the Sheriff's Department in Kitsap County. Today we're diving into a developing situation in the Kitsap County Sheriff's Office that has raised some serious questions about whether partisan politics is being placed ahead of public safety. It's a story of sudden retirements, strategic promotions, and well-worn Democratic playbook that looks a lot like installing an incumbent just months before an election. So let's walk through what happened. Kitsap County Sheriff John Gesey, a Democrat, recently announced his retirement effective June 26, 2026. That's this Friday. Much earlier than the end of his term. He was joined by four other top leaders: Under Sheriff Russ Clithero, Chief of Detectives and Support Services Lisa Gundrum, Chief of Patrol Chad Brinkenfield, and Finance Manager Wendy Duttenhofer. They cited budget pressures and pension incentives tied to retiring by the end of June. In his statement, Gesey said he was stepping aside to take advantage of COLA adjustments in his retirement and let the next generation of leaders guide the agency through budget decisions. Here's the context that has many residents raising eyebrows. Back in 2022, Gesey himself benefited from a similar early vacancy when the previous Democratic sheriff stepped down, allowing Gesey to run as an incumbent, a major advantage in local elections. Now, 4 years later, it appears history is repeating itself to the benefit of the Democratic nominee for sheriff. This November election features two candidates: Democrat Brandon Myers, a longtime Kitsap County Sheriff's Office deputy, and Republican Rick Cuss, a deputy with the King County Sheriff's Office. Following the wave of retirements, Myers was promoted to a high-ranking position, patrol chief, filling one of the vacancies. Under Washington state law, it's a partisan office. The Democrat Central Committee gets to submit up to 3 names to the county commissioners for the interim sheriff role. The board, made up of 2 Democrats and 1 Republican, has already named Penny Sapp, another Democrat and chief of corrections, as acting sheriff starting June 29th to maintain continuity. But the real appointment for the remainder of the term is expected to come quickly from the Democrat nominees, with Myers widely seen as the frontrunners. Tom Seitler, chair of the Kitsap County Democrats, didn't hide the strategy. He told the Kitsap Sun, "We've done this before," referencing past appointments, and noted the party knows the process well. They just need volunteers to fill out the list of 3. The 2 Democratic commissioners are expected to follow the party's lead, making the outcome predictable. The temporary role for Penny Sapp looks like a thin veil of impartiality before installing Myers as the interim sheriff, giving him the powerful incumbent advantage heading into November. Internal sources within the sheriff's office have also raised concerns. With KMJC, they say Brandon Myers had previously been passed over for a promotion to a similar high-level role. Now, all of a sudden exodus and he's fast-tracked in. This is all happening at a time when the sheriff's office is already critically short-staffed. Reports highlight ongoing recruitment and retention challenges, with Washington ranking near the bottom in officers per capita. Budget cuts are real, yet top leadership is walking out early, reportedly for personal financial gain and to clear the path politically. Critics argue this guts institutional knowledge and operational leadership exactly when the department needs it most. Republican candidate Rick Cuss has been vocal, saying voters deserve to decide at the ballot box with one candidate without one candidate being handed the incumbent title through backroom processes. He and others question the politics. Whether politics is trumping the experience needed to keep our community safe. Folks, this feels like political maneuvering. A Democrat sheriff and his team create vacancies at a convenient time, promote their party's candidate, hand off to a party loyalist temporarily, and then let the Democrat machine fill the seat, all while the public is told it's about the next generation and budgets. Public safety shouldn't be a partisan chess game. Kitsap County residents and those in neighboring counties who rely on cross-jurisdictional response deserve a sheriff's office focusing on hiring, training, and protecting, not engineering election advantages. The interim appointment process is moving fast. The Democrat Party is pulling together nominees, and the commissioners plan to act soon after. This is exactly why KMJC News keeps a close watch on local government. These decisions affect response times, jail operations, investigations, and overall safety for our growing communities. What do you think? Is it a smart succession plan or a suspicious power play? Reach out to us, email, social media, or our tip line. We want to hear from deputies, residents, and anyone with insight as to how this is impacting morale and operations inside the department. This is Taylor John Atakis with KMJC. We'll continue to follow the story closely as the interim appointment unfolds and the election heats up. Stay safe, stay informed, stay engaged. Local government matters, especially when it comes to those who wear the badge.